I took a good look at myself. I got a little older and put the bottle back on the shelf. I got a little older, I put away those childish things. I got a little older, well, I got a little older.
MaxSpeedTV would like to thank our partners here at MaxSpeedTV, starting with the Colby Eye Paints. If you're in the market for a new paint job for your car, check out Colby's Eye Paints on Facebook. Need a replica paint of your real-life car? Colby's Eye Paints has you covered. Check out Colby Eye Paints on Facebook. Also by Hershey Design. Hershey Design Company is your one-stop graphics shop if you're in need of an iRacing paint league team or business logo, or want the logo on some sweet swag. Hit up Orion at the Hershey Design Company. You can find them on Facebook by searching HERSHY Design Company. Also by the Sim Speed Shop, simspeedshop.com. You can check them out for all your iRacing sim needs. Ohio IndyCar League jumping on board this season with as an official sponsor of MaxSpeedTV. They are also accepting not just patrons from Ohio, but from all over. Also, iBog for all your iRacing broadcast overlay graphics done specifically by Jason Allison, one of the masters at it. So thank you to Jason. And also, last but not least, Guyz. You can check them out at Reverb Nation. That is spelt with a Z. So check them out on Reverb Nation. We would like to thank all of the sponsors at MaxSpeedTV and partners.
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to MaxSpeedTV. Thank you very much for joining us here tonight as we are at Talladega. And I'll tell you what, the OP Racing Superspeedway Series is doing some practice here at the big, the bad, and the fast Talladega Superspeedway. And we are going to have a great night of racing action and probably an even better night up in the broadcast booth, as I have with me one, the only, and the sometimes crazy enough to join me, and that is Randy Post. How you doing, Mr. Post?
Doing good tonight, KR. How are you?
You know what? If I was any better, I'd probably be named Randy.
You got jokes tonight.
I got jokes for days and days. So tonight we are at Talladega, Randy. We've been watching some practice here. These guys are really starting to get together and do some pit parties, do some practice. So I think we're going to have a great night of action tonight.
Yeah, it's a holiday. These guys take time out of their holiday to come race, and I think that shows dedication. These guys are really ready to go tonight. 100 laps at Talladega. I'm excited.
Be 94 laps, but that's okay. Numbers are hard for you anyways, as we are watching some cars work their way down the backstretch. A lot of practice been going on, a lot of great driving happening, and well, I'll tell you what, let's get right into it. Coming into tonight's events, the point standings are up on the chart, charted for you up in front of you, however you want to say it. Josh Milam is still our points leader, but Derek Conley he is unable to make it. He is sitting second in points with 2 wins, but he is not going to be here tonight. Some other notable changes: Dwayne Cooper making his way into the top 10. Lucas Cram falling down the order as he is no longer part of the league. And we see several other drivers like Glenn Bundren and Alex Green, Cody Eldred in the top 15 to 20 range, but they have their wins and are looking to advance further and continue on winning. But we've only had one repeat winner, and that is Derek Conley.
Yeah, and Derek Connolly had some issues today to where he's not going to be able to make tonight's race, so these guys get a chance to get ahead of him in the points, or catch up at least.
Top 10 on your left there in practice times. Coming up next is qualifying in a few seconds. Don't forget, Monday, September 10th at 8 p.m., the OP Racing Superspeedway Series will be at Daytona International Speedway. And then tomorrow, Tuesday, September 4th at 8 p.m., the RFC Hershey Design Series will be doing the VFW Sport Clips Help a Hero 100 at Darlington as they do their throwback schemes. Qualifying taking place, and here at Talladega, with a green flag coming out for qualifying, it's still going to take these guys a while to get up to speed.
Yeah, it usually takes about a lap or two to get these guys going.
Right now we're watching the 46 machine of Kelly Milam as he is getting his car out on track. We're going to see a lot of blue cars to help raise awareness for autism. So be looking out for all those puzzle pieces and some blue livery paint schemes out there tonight.
Yeah, and I think it's really cool to bring awareness to the autism that these guys are bringing awareness to. Is one of the league members did sponsor this race for Autism Speaks.
Right now, Alex Green in that 15 machine running that high line, as we see a lot of these super speedway drivers do that time and time again. They'll run their out lap and their first time lapped on the high side and then drop down to that yellow line for their final timed lap.
Yeah, we don't usually see too much variance from qualifying lines here on these super speedways. They're usually pretty much all about the same, but how fast or how much momentum you can carry into the corners and out of the corners is what gets you a good time.
Right now we're watching Glenn Bundren in that 37 machine as he's running the high side. We're still waiting for these guys to start turning in their first timed laps. Like I said, the second lap time is the one that we're going to keep an eye on. Right now, the 37 machine running that high line still.
And Mark Vega, I think it's the admin for tonight. Oh, he was on track. Kelly Milam on his second lap, I do believe. Running that bottom line, getting it really wound up and ready to go as he comes onto the backstretch here. Taking it into turn 3 here soon, and we'll see how he carries this line. Like I was saying earlier, it's all about how you carry the momentum from the back straight into the corners.
Kelly Milam right along that yellow line. Talladega, being the nice and smooth track that it is, allows that car to just stick and plant wherever you point the front wheels. Kelly Milam coming through the tri-oval now. No start finish line in the tri-oval. It is further down, and Milam going to cross the line, and he is going to jump from 6th up to first place.
Got to watch him in action take that that pole line there as he sits atop of the chart now.
Rick Sebren's in the 4. He's going to be coming across the line. Race winner in this series, and he is going to jump to the top of the chart there in that 4 machine as he locks it down and starts fishtailing all around this front stretch.
Maybe he knew he had top time and he got all excited there.
Ernie Williams, he's shutting it down. Jacob Sayers in the 39 machine. Sayers looking for his first win of the season. Has been unable to get it in an official points scoring race here on a broadcast.
We all know that the only races that matter are the ones that are broadcasted, right?
Oh, those are the super important ones.
Claim to fame.
The 61 of DJ Mitzel. He is currently 12th. Looks like he is shutting that car down. Your favorite driver, the 8 of Cody Ober. Right now he is 15th, but looks like he is on his second lap as he is running that car along the wall here and also down around the yellow line for the corners. We'll see how that works out for him as Cody's going to cross the line, and we'll wait for timing and scoring to catch up, and he will move into 9th place.
Jordan Wright out on track right now, taking it around turns 2 and 3, or 3 and 4, I'm sorry. Coming to the line this time, and he's on his second lap, so he'll post a time here, and we'll see how he does. Comes through the tri-oval here, and he sticks it above that yellow line. And as you said earlier, that finish line is way past the tri-oval. As that lap takes him up to second place tonight with a 53.529.
Great qualifying effort by Jordan Wright. Now the 62 of Les Levy is out on a track. He is right on that yellow line here, so we will be seeing him complete his final lap here in qualifying. Down to
Sticks it below that yellow line as well.
And he is going to jump up into 9th place. That leaves just a few more cars. Right now we have 3 cars still trying to complete a qualifying time. Robert Payne in the 3 machine, Kenneth McCullough and the 88, and Squirman Stephen Herman in the 71. Those 3 drivers are at speed and are circulating on our track right now. But with about 3.5 minutes left to qualifying, looks like a few drivers are going to elect not to qualify and start in the back.
Yeah, and starting in the back can always be a different strategy. As we've seen before, these guys may have a couple cautions, and some of these guys don't want to use their fast repairs right away in the beginning of this race.
Right now we're watching Ken McCullough go down the backstretch in that Oreo 88 machine. McCullough Jr., Kenneth McCullough Jr., and Christopher McCullough. Those guys are going to be some drivers to watch. A lot of these drivers here in the OP Racing pointed to these 2 duos as people to keep your eyes on. So we'll see how they're going to do out here tonight. Stephen Herman in the 71, working his way down the backstretch. He is on his fast lap, with just over 2 minutes left to qualifying here.
Don't think anybody's going to be able to come out and post a quick lap for a contention for a pole with only 2 minutes left, because it does take so long to get around this track. About 4 minutes to get a whole line up ready to go.
And Stephen Herman crossing the line. He's going to go from 20th to 14th place. So with that, guys, we're going to step away and play our national anthem.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. As the drivers are starting to take to the grid, it's time to bring you our starting lineup for tonight's event. On row number 1 will be Rick Seabrans in the 4 and Jordan Wright in the 95. Row 2 will be the 46 of Kelly Milam and the 13 of Aspen Belvin. Row 3, Ernie Williams Jr. and Kenneth McCullough Jr. Row 4, Mark Vega and Travis Elliott. Row 5, Josh Milam and Les Levy. Row 6 will be Tristan Walker and Chase Berry. Row 7, Cody Ober and the always entertaining Dwayne Cooper. Row 8 will be Stephen Herman and Glenn Bundren. And Randy, why don't you take us away in row number 9?
All right, row 9 is going to be Scott Bellum and Jacob Sayers. Row 10 is going to be Alex Green and Robert Payne. Row 11 is going to be DJ Mitzel and Christopher McCullough. Row 12 is going to be David Wright and Cody Eldred. Row 13 is going to be Joshua Durham and Len McNeese. Row 14 is going to be Richard Fletcher, and that's going to round out tonight's grid.
Field pulling away from the starting grid, forming up behind the pace car. Jordan Wright on the outside of row number 1, and on his inside will be race winner this season, picking up his first race win in his first race with this league. That was Rick Seabrans. Let's see if he can pull off another magical win here in this big and bad and fast Talladega Super Speedway.
Yeah, this is such a fun track to be at. You see so much three-wide racing. You see lots of really risky moves being made because this track is so wide. Even in the corners, I've personally made it 4 wide, and it's a lot of fun.
Yes, Randy, this track does lend itself for a lot of room, but it can build a little bit of overconfidence in some of these drivers sometimes.
Absolutely, you see guys sometimes getting a little confident and maybe thinking they can put their car in places that it's not supposed to be, and that's when you see the big one.
All right, field working its way through 3 and 4. As we wait patiently for the green flag to come out, I can tell you guys, it's just as difficult for these drivers to wait for that pace car to peel off as it is for us up here in the broadcast booth to get that green flag call out. As the pace car peels off, we're waiting oh so patiently. Rick Sebrins carrying them through the tri-oval here at pace speed of 75 miles an hour. And here we go for 94 laps. The green flag is ours. We are underway.
Rick Sebrins getting a good jump, leaving Kelly Milam behind a little bit, which can kind of not be a good thing, as could get run over a little bit, but Kelly Milam catching up also slowly, and will be able to give Rick Sebrins a push through 1 and 2 and stay ahead of Jordan Wright on that outside line. That is the 13 of Aspen Belvin pushing the 95 of Jordan Wright, who just took the lead, is able to give him a good push down the backstretch. And you know, I noticed in these cars, the high line at these super speedway tracks really works really well. Once you get a good line behind you and a lot of guys pushing, that top line can be really fast.
Down the front stretch they go to complete lap 1, as the 4 of Rick Sebrins has the 46 of Kelly Milam pushing on his back bumper. Now Milam gonna move up to the high side here, but lap 1 is led by Sebrins, and we got about 92 more to go.
Yeah, and you can already tell Kelly Milam wants to be up front. He's wasting no time trying to get up to that first position tonight.
Down the backstretch, it's a drag race between the 4 and the 46. We'll see who's gonna come out on top. Don't forget, we do have 2 stages, or I should say 3 stages. Stage 1 is gonna end on lap 20. Stage 2 will end on lap 40. So we do have some planned cautions out here tonight. Gonna kind of break this up a little bit if these drivers don't do it themselves.
Yeah, and I was just going to say a little bit ago, we had some 3-wide racing that it looked like somebody kind of got a little bit too high and pushed up into the wall a little bit, kind of broke that up real quick. And it looks like the 15 of Alex Green is looking to go 3-wide again in turn 2. Able to do it and see if anybody can help him out and push him on that way outside line there.
Alex Green in the 15, he is no stranger to danger, as he likes to put his car in awkward situations, but he always finds a way to come out on top. But he does have a race win, so he's got a little bit of insurance where he can force the issue there.
Yeah, and I noticed sometimes Alex Green will kind of fake like he's going high to go 3-wide and possibly try to drag that car in front of him up with him to where you can dive down a little bit and get that position and leave someone out hanging to dry a little bit, I guess you could say. But it's a very well-known super speedway move, and it works really well.
Down the backstretch the field goes. It looks like we do have the lead pack starting to break away from some of these other cars, and these other cars include the 43 of Richard Fletcher, who is in danger of losing the draft here altogether. But even further behind Richard Fletcher is the 3 of Robert Payne and the 99 of Chris McCullough.
You guys are going 3-wide right now, and there's a possibility that they could go 4-wide here soon. And I would really like to see that for broadcasting purposes, obviously, and they put on a really good show for us tonight.
We ride on the board with the 99. You can see the field pulling away up ahead. McCullough pushing this 3 of Robert Payne. And it looks like Robert's already got some heavy damage on that back bumper. And the 99 has some nose damage as well.
And getting that nose damage can be, it can be bad, but it happens so easy to where you hit a guy a little bit too hard bump drafting and you get quite a bit of nose damage, and it can really hinder the race until you can get that fast repair or you get it hammered out.
Across the line they're gonna go. The field is a 3-wide knot of cars. We have several cars working the high side right now, being led by the 13 of Aspen Belvin, as he's got his puzzle pieces on the back half of his car. He's got his black skull on the hood that he likes to run. Man after my own heart, it's one of my symbols.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think I've seen that skull somewhere before in my life.
As Alex Green in the 15, he is going to get into the wall, and he drops like a rock through the order here. He has lost the lead draft now. He is going to have to try and get in with one of these little car packs. Hopefully he can tuck in either in front or behind them.
And we still got a lot of racing left. He can still recover from this. Not too much of an issue. It's kind of salty at first, but definitely can recover from this.
So Alex Green in the 15 looks like he is going to get picked up by the 42 of David Wright and the 27 of Josh Durham, as they are all three cars going to work together. And then behind them is Robert Payne, Chris McCullough, and Richard Fletcher. That is 25th, 26th, and 27th place. Meanwhile, someone that we don't get to talk a whole lot about in these broadcasts, out on track, the number 68 of Mark Vega. He's normally in race control, but tonight he is out racing.
And he's doing a pretty good job of it. I mean, he's in 4th position right now, 3rd. So as you know, we swap positions so quickly at these super speedways.
3 wide down the backstretch they go. Jordan Wright leading the high side. The 68 of Mark Vega leading the middle line. And in front of the inside line is the 4 of Rick Seabrans.
I'm really liking how these guys are running 3 wide like this right now, and it just looks so clean that these guys are able to do this for this many laps, and kind of makes me wish I was down there racing with them.
Well, you think it ought to be easy. There's 3 lanes painted out on the track, sometimes even 4 lanes, like through the tri-oval. Why can't they just stay in their own lane?
You would think that, wouldn't you?
Well, I mean, that's what they do on the highways.
Well, I mean, on the highways, are you doing 200 miles an hour?
Yes.
Oh, I was going to say, I shouldn't even ask you that.
The highways are my playground, especially when it snows.
Do you even get snow where you live? I mean,
oh, yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah. We get more ice than we do snow. It actually will rain ice, and it just turns everything into a skating rink. It's so much fun.
You know, when I spent some time in your part of the country, we had a lot of nasty weather when I was there.
Oh, it's good weather. I love it.
Yeah, it was definitely good weather. 40-mile-an-hour winds and ice coming out from the sky.
It's good time, good time. Sometimes that ice really can leave a mark on you, can hurt you a little bit. I used to work outside and work through an ice storm, and I put up with it for about a half hour, and I said, you know what, it ain't worth it. And I told the boss I was done. He said, what were you doing out there for a half hour anyways? The rest of us were all hiding. I was like, thanks for telling me, guys.
Said, I'm going home.
Yeah. Anyways, back to the race. Story time over, KR. Randy, why are you going to let me tell stories?
Thanks, time pass.
Well, speaking of time passing, we are already on lap number 11 now. 10 laps have been completed. Rick Seabrans is led for 8 laps. Mark Vega has 1 lap led, and Kelly Milam also scoring 1 of those laps as a leader. And now we are still 3 wide, but a new leader in that outside line is the 51 of Travis Elliott.
Yeah, I'm watching Dwayne Cooper back here. I do believe that's who I'm watching. Yep, he's back in 25th. He kind of got into the wall a little bit. This rear pack has fallen back, but they're single file. They're trying to catch up to that lead pack in the next 9 laps before the stage.
That lead pack is working single file here, and it does have 7 cars in it, so they're going to be able to run their own race, really. Kind of just ride this out until the end of the stage, which will come on lap 20. So not a bad place to be hanging out, especially if you, like I said, did get into the wall. This will just allow you to run some laps get to the end of this race, you do know for sure you're going to have 2 cautions, one on lap 20, one on lap 40. So if you can manage to hold on to your fast repairs and get back out there and be there at the end of this thing, it's not a bad strategy.
No, I like running around in the back for a little bit, just because you kind of get a feel for how everybody else is going to run, and if you start seeing a lot of cautions right away, you know, you're just probably going to have to stay in the back for the entire race. But if you don't really have a lot of cautions, come green flag pit stops, you're going to start wanting to pit, as it looks like Dwayne Cooper is going to dive off and pit this time. Oh, nope, never mind, I lied.
Dwayne Cooper in that 00 having a big moment right there at pit entrance. He is going to be in big trouble here as he has now lost the draft of this group of cars. Not only that, but he's going to be a lot slower. He may be in danger of going a lap down here in the stage number 1.
And going a lap down right now may not be the worst thing in the world, you know, because we've got 8 laps left in this stage, and he would be the only one a lap down. So it may not be the absolute worst thing in the world, but it kind of sucks. It kind of hurts the ego a little bit.
Oh, I don't think you can really damage Dwayne's ego. He's quickly gaining a following on Facebook as he is doing some Facebook Live videos, some post-race recaps, and just letting his opinions be known in a very hilarious manner, as Dwayne Cooper is going to hit pit road here.
Now I'm watching Alex Green. He kind of fell off of that secondary pack there, and at the speeds he's falling off a little bit, but he's not too far off. He might be able to suck up here, as he is about a second off of that second pack.
So Dwayne could be pulling off a little bit of a strategy call here with 94 laps. Tonight's scheduled distance of 250 miles. Our fuel window is anywhere from 18 to 20 laps. Pit road speed is 55 miles an hour. We have beautiful weather here today at Talladega. And so we'll see how this plays out for Dwayne Cooper, as he did just drive through the pits. He did not hit his pit stall.
I don't know what that was about. Maybe at the stage we can get him up here and ask him.
Meanwhile, up front, we have a new face. That is the 91 of Ernie Williams. And Ernie in that 91 machine, part of Fuel Sim Racing. Although we can't mention Fuel Sim Racing, otherwise Dwayne Cooper, part of the Num 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 Racing, will call us out.
No, I don't think that's it. He just wants us to talk about somebody else for once.
Oh. Well, anyways, we were talking in pre-race show, pre-race discussions, and Dwayne Cooper started Nut Up Racing, and the acronym for them is NUM. So that's where the Num 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 joke came from.
Good times, good times. Always a good time with these guys before the races. I think we were talking about what NASCAR drivers look like as girls earlier.
Working the completion of lap 16, starting lap 17, because 16 follows 17. Randy, we know numbers are a hard thing for you. Just like talking is a little difficult for me.
No way. Say it ain't so.
It ain't so. I believe I said Nut Up Racing when it's actually Nut Up Motorsports, and that's why it's NUM, not NER, because I'm Ernie Williams in the 91 machine, dropping down in front of fellow teammate Kelly Milam in the 46. That will leave the 07 of Scott Bellum as the lead car on the inside line, and Mark Vega in the 68, the lead car on the outside, as we are getting oh so close to the end of stage number 1.
Oh man, I'm excited. Lots of, because I think we're going to see some beating and banging for the end of the stage here.
51 of Travis Elliott moving to the high side here, as it looked like Mark Vega was thinking about trying to make it 4 wide. Elliott shut the door on that decision. We got 3 cars working that third line. And a big wiggle in that middle lane, but they all get it sorted out, as here comes Ernie Williams off of turn number 4 as your race leader. This stage 1 really getting close to the end of it. Pits are being closed by race control with 2 laps to go.
Yeah, 2 laps to go. Lots of racing left though. I mean, we are 3 wide, about 4 or 5 rows deep, so it's anybody's race at this point, I really think.
Final lap, as here comes Scott Bellum in the 07 with a big push from the 17 of Tristan Walker down the backstretch. It is going to be an absolute drag race to the start-finish line in this stage, as this field stays 3 wide. Some chase points up for grabs here, stage bonus points, as it looks like the 91 of Ernie Williams is going to be the first one through the tri-oval, and across the line he goes.
The yellow flag is
And
out.
there
I
is
think
the
Ernie
caution.
Williams got it. Very, very close, but I think he's got it.
So stage number 1 in the books, and Ernie Williams in the 91 picking up his stage win. So congratulations to him. Let's see if we can't get a quick word in with Ernie. Ernie, this is KR and Randy up in the broadcast booth. You got your ears on?
Yes, sir.
Congratulations on your stage win here in Talladega. What's this race? How do you feel this race is shaping up for you so far?
As long as I can stay up front, I feel good about where I'll be. So as long as I can keep it up front, my teammates stay up here with me. We're down Derek tonight, but the other 2 guys are going to help me. We're going to try to get a win tonight. As long as I can stay up front, I feel like I got a good chance.
Now, we typically see you trying to work your way through the field, as qualifying sometimes seems to be a struggle for you, but tonight you start up front. Here you are running up front. What can we expect out of you here tonight? Leading a lot of laps, or working with teammates to spread the love?
Nah, them guys got wins. We're down to 3 weeks. I don't have a win. I started late in the season, so I'm down points. I'm like on the outside looking in, so every point's going to matter from here on out. We're going to race hard. We're going to race for wins, stage wins, the whole 9 yards. We're going to try to get some points for sure.
All right, Ernie. Well, thank you very much for taking the time to talk to us, and congratulations on stage number 1 win here tonight.
Thank you, sir.
That is Ernie Williams in the 91 machine picking up stage win number 1. As the field working its way now onto pit road, everyone coming down for a full tank of fuel and probably 4 tires.
Yeah, definitely going to get the fuel. I'm not sure about tires because you don't really need tires too much here. But if you can spare them, get them.
You know what? There's nothing wrong with taking any tires. You may not need them, but sometimes it makes you feel a little more confident. However, I don't see any jacks going under these cars. Everyone doing fuel only, and Ernie Williams in the 91 is going to win the race off of pit road. Kelly Milam coming across second. Rick Seabrins third, and not sure who came out fourth.
I am scoring Rick. Yeah, Tristan Walker maybe.
I think Tristan Walker. Yeah, somewhere in there. All right, guys. Well, we're gonna step away. We're gonna get the stage 2 set up, and we'll be right back after this.
The car behind me is my Chili Bowl midget, the one that I won the Chili Bowl with. And what's interesting about that is it's actually the car that iRacing scanned that's going to be available to all the iRacing members out there.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as the field is starting to form up under yellow here at Talladega. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by the Wise Guys. Check them out at reverbnation.com/thewise-guys. Colby's Eye Paints on facebook.com/Colby's Eye Paints. The Ohio IndyCar League. It's an IndyCar league out of Ohio, but you don't have to be. Make sure you check out the Ohio IndyCar League, broadcasted right here on MaxSpeedTV. SimSpeedShop.com, doing button boxes, custom button boxes, and e-brakes, along with other sim-related stuff. Check out SimSpeedShop.com. And ibog.co, the official overlay graphics supplier for MaxSpeedTV. If you have a Twitch stream or looking to get into broadcasting, make sure you up your game with ibog.co. And the Hershey Design Company, your one-stop graphics shop for anything and everything you need. Check out HERSHY. Randy, the field coming to green here. Why don't you take it away for us?
All right, pace car should be diving off any second here. Ernie Williams Jr. leading these guys to the green flag. This pace car dives off, and we have that oh so long wait for the green flag. And as a driver and a broadcaster, this is the longest wait you'll have in a race. This green flag should be coming out right about there.
Green flag,
and the green flag is out. A little bit slow of a start, it looks like, as these guys got a little bit wound up late, and they're off. Ernie Williams Jr. and Kelly Milam working together here, I bet. I bet Kelly Milam's going to work with Ernie Williams Jr. on that high side pretty soon to get this thing rolling. Josh Milam, third car on that outside line, and Tristan Walker in fourth position in that 17 car on that outside line. Travis Elliott in the 51 in fifth position, third car on that inside line. These guys starting to get split up quite a bit as we got a couple cars that are falling back a little bit. I think that's all strategy here on lap 25 of 94. Still lots of racing.
Ernie Williams in that 91, leading the inside line with a good, healthy push from the 4 of Rick Seabrans. But on the outside, here comes the 46 of Kelly Milam with help from the 17 of Tristan Walker. Both those two cars in the outside lane have race wins. That 91 of Ernie Williams looking for his first win of the season, but the 4 of Rick Seabrans wanting to spoil those plans and pick up his second win this season.
Yeah, Rick Seabrans has been a force all of these past couple of weeks. He got brought up from the feeder series, and he has proven to these guys that he is ready to race with the big boys and just wants to dominate every week. As you look, he's looking to go to that high line, but it just wasn't there yet.
Ernie Williams leading through the tri-oval. Across the line they go. That one was very close, but Williams scored as the leader for that. That will give Williams with 13 laps led. So he is racking up those laps led. As he said, he is going to be trying to go for the race win here. His other teammates, they all got wins, and he needs his first one as the 37 of Glenn Bundren dropping down below the yellow line here. Looks like he's going to drop to the end of the pack here, but he's got to merge in carefully.
Yeah, and I think Glenn is waiting for the big one. You know, he's gotten caught up in a couple wrecks these past couple weeks. He wants a good, clean race, and if you got to adapt to the driving, you got to do something like that. So, good move on his part to have a strategy and not just kind of put yourself where you think you should be, because that can always be a bad thing.
27th car in this race is the 00 of Dwayne Cooper. He is right now scored as the only car 1 lap down. That does give us 26 cars on the lead lap. The 62 of Les Levy, he is that last car on the lead lap, but you can see Dwayne Cooper and Les Levy in the shot here together with that 14 of Cody Eldred splitting the difference between them. Eldred picking up a race win here a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I think I was there for that one. Can't remember. So hard to forget or remember.
Well, if you remembered to forget, did you forget to remember?
All right, don't you come at me with that logic.
Whoa, logic. Easy now. Nobody said the L word. Don't you slow down a little bit?
Stephen Herman in 12th to 13th position, but he's still right there in that front pack, not too far back from the leaders. And this just goes to show you can have 13 cars right next to the leaders, and it just be such tight racing here. Lots of fun, lots of adrenaline, and just tight racing. It can always, these tracks always produce good, fun racing.
Squirmin' Herman in that 71 machine, doing all he can right now. He is on the inside line. We see a lot of cars now consistently running 3 wide. When cars are 3 wide around you, Randy, as a driver yourself, do you like to be in that high side, or do you prefer to be on the bottom or the middle?
It depends on who's around me, really. If I know the people around me, it really depends on where I am. And sometimes I like being on that absolute bottom so that I know I'm hugging the line. And sometimes I like being in the middle. I'm not usually a big fan of being on the outside unless I really have a run. So.
Now, if you're snuggling, do you like to be the inside spoon, the outside spoon, or the middle spoon?
Well, my cat lays on the end of the bed. So
Oh, we got contact going into one.
Big wreck. It's 7 of Josh Milam's around. A couple other cars went around there. Looks like the 15 of Alex Green. 27 of Josh Durham. And the 17 of Tristan Walker as well.
This is going to play into Dwayne Cooper's hands, as he was the only car 1 lap down. But we have backed this up. We go to our replay here as we ride along board with our blimp view, our sky view. It's the field that works its way down the front stretch through the tri-oval. Trouble happens going into turn number 1. We see they're running 3 wide, getting very close. Contacts happens. One car going airborne, spinning like a helicopter, flipping over. That is the 7 machine of Josh Milam, who went up and over and around, landing on all 4 wheels though. Check this out from on board of Milam. Camera survived. Milam lands on all 4, keeps it going. From the 8 machine of Cody Ober, riding right through the middle. Looks like Milam forces his way into him and the 17 get together. So several cars getting a big chunk of damage here.
Yeah, that's we had a lot of really good racing, and I think lap 40 you said is the next stage.
Yep, 40 will be the end of stage number 2.
So this caution will bring us to almost the end of the stage. We'll have a couple laps yet to where we'll have green flag racing, but it'll be very, very close.
So no one coming down pit road here from the leaders, but Robert Payne in the 3, he's breaking off to hit pit road. Aspen Belvin in the 13, along with several other of these cars in the back of the pack here, maybe making a play to have a run for track position when this stage ends.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see a lot more beating and banging because they're gonna know it's crunch time for these last couple laps for the stage.
All right, so the 46, Kelly Milam, being scored as the race leader. Ernie Williams in second, Rick Sebrin's third. Guys, we're gonna step away and we'll be right back after this.
Just like a movie, just like a storybook, we are the future, we're the ones they won't overlook. It's time to be the hero. Like you've never seen, like you've never seen. You're a hero. Just like in a dream, just like in a dream.
All right, race fans, welcome back to MaxSpeedTV tonight. We are at the OP Superspeedway Racing League at Talladega in the Xfinity cars. I do believe it is the Autism Speaks 50 tonight, brought to you by MaxSpeedTV again. The lights are out on the pace car, and it looks like Ernie Williams Jr. still has the lead on that inside line, and Kelly Milam on the outside in second position. Your second row is going to be Travis Elliott and Rick Seabrans. But we've had lots of good racing here tonight so far. We've only had one caution other than the stage caution. That was kind of a big wreck. I think we had like 4 or 5 people caught up in it, and everybody's back out on track now. Some of the guys with a little bit of damage didn't want to use that fast repair yet. Coming into turn 4 at 80 miles an hour, or maybe 65. They slowed down a little bit. Under pace speed right now, waiting for the awaited green flag to come out. You're watching them come out of turn 4 right now. The pace car should be diving off any minute, and Ernie Williams Jr. will have the command on these guys to go green flag racing once again. We'll have about 5 laps left until the next stage ends. Get another caution to round out the night for the final stage to start. But Ernie Williams bringing him to the green flag.
Green
And
flag,
the green flag is out. Kelly Milam on that outside line gets a little bit more of a jump than Ernie Williams Jr. And Travis Elliott kind of left him out to dry and doesn't help him at all. Ernie Williams has Rick Seabrans behind him pushing. Cody Ober in the 8 machine down on that bottom line, getting connected with the 61 of DJ Mitchell a little bit. Jacob Sayers also up there as well. They are 3 wide right now for 5th position. The 11 of Chase Berry and Jordan Wright up there as well. Bringing them to turn 3 of this restart. And Kelly Milam and Ernie Williams have the lead on both lines right now. Getting pushed by Rick Seabrans still, and it looks like Cody Ober has made it his way up to the second car on that outside line, pushing the daylights out of Kelly Milam right now. Kelly Milam, I do believe, prefers that high line. I don't think we'll see him dive down to that bottom line just yet, but Ernie Williams Jr. going to be giving it everything, as we talked to him earlier, and he said he wanted this win. He needs to win for the points for the chase and able to get in and still run with these guys for a championship.
Down the backstretch they go. The 91 of Ernie Williams being pushed by the 4 of Rick Seabrans.
And
a
we
lot
got
of
some
puzzle
cars
pieces.
A lot of cars got into each other, and we got some cars wrecking on the backstretch. Looks like Jordan Wright, Stephen Herman, Chase Berry. Not sure what happened there, but I'm definitely going to go back and look to see what happened.
The 11 Chase Berry going around Stephen Herman in the 71. No caution coming out on this. We're going to stay with the lead pack while Randy brings us up to speed on as to what happened here.
Trying to find it. My iRacing is not being very nice to me.
Down the backstretch, we're seeing these guys go 3 wide. Oh, it's contact zone being made as they go into turn 3 between the 88 and the 39. But those guys get it sorted out. Onto the front stretch they go. Ernie Williams still leading it. The 4 Rick Seabrans pushing Ernie Williams in that 91. On the outside, Kelly Milam getting a good run through the tri-oval, as Milam is going to lead that lap as we are on our final lap here in stage number 2.
I did get to see, it looked like they were going 3 wide, the 95, the 07, and the 11. They kind of pinched the 07 off in the middle and collected each other and caught the Stephen Herman in it as well. Big wreck on the back stretch, but only collecting a couple cars.
All right, thank you for the update. Down out of turn number 4, here comes the battle for the win of stage number 2. Looks like Ernie Williams by a nose for now, but a good run on the outside. Here comes the 46 of Kelly Milam, and that one was very close. I'm going to have to wait for race control to let me know on that one.
I was watching the timing screen the entire time, and I think Kelly Milam might have gotten it.
So Kelly Milam or Ernie Williams up for debate here on our timing screens. Waiting patiently here. And race control has just said the 46 is our stage 2 winner. So congratulations to Kelly Milam in the 46. See if we can get a quick word in with the 46 Kelly Milam. Randy, why don't you take it away?
Kelly, how does it feel to have stage 2 locked up for a couple extra points in the playoffs?
Take everything I can get, man.
All right, so what is your plans going forward? I mean, we've seen you run up front most of the night and run on that outside line. Are you going to stick to that outside line?
Yeah, this outside line, if you can get somebody pushing you, it's the fastest line. You just need a good pusher.
Yeah, it looks like you've had quite a few partners up there. It looked like Rick Seabrins was up there, Cody Ober was up there with you. So lots of different partners, but you're just holding that line, letting people come to you and run your race.
Yeah, yep. You got it.
All right, well, do you have any sponsors or shout-outs you'd like to give out tonight before we get back down to your pit?
Sure, you know, Alex and Cody and Robert for the league here, and you guys for broadcasting it, and my teammates.
All right, well, that is going to be the 46 of Kelly Milam, and congrats again on your stage win for stage 2 tonight.
Thank you.
All right, that was a quick word in with our stage 2 winner of Kelly Milam as the field works its way down onto pit road here. A lot of drivers going to be hitting pit road. Some of these guys who pitted a little bit earlier, we'll see how that plays out for them. Because it looks like everyone's going to come down pit road. Dwayne Cooper in the 00 waiting for his chance as he is the first car 1 lap down. Stephen Herman is 2 laps down in that 71.
Yeah, Dwayne Cooper should be getting the lucky dog this time. I thought he would have gotten it on that last caution, or stage caution, but I guess he didn't, so see what happens here.
Dwayne Cooper going around the pace car. That will put him on the lead lap. It looks like he has used a fast repair. These guys do have 2 repairs at their disposal. We'll see how that works out for him. The 91 of Ernie Williams is going to come out of pit road behind the 8 of Cody Ober.
Lots of, I haven't even watched the pits yet. Oh, now I'm watching it. I was watching Dwayne Cooper make his lucky dog lap.
Well, Cody Ober, your favorite driver, out there now scored as the race leader due to a great pit stop. Kelly Milam, our stage 2 winner, losing 2 spots on pit road there with a little bit of a longer time in his pit box.
Cody Ober they all had quite a few quick pit stops. I mean, Cody Ober with a 7.6 second stop, Ernie Williams with a 7.9, but then you got Kelly Milam with an 8.8 second stop, and Rick Seabrins with a 10.7, so lots of time lost there. A couple guys taking 4 tires. A couple guys fixing a little bit of damage that they got.
All right, guys, well, while we're under yellow, we're going to take a moment to catch our breath, get a few commercials in, and we'll be right back after this. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as the field works its way down the backstretch. Lights are out on this Ford Mustang. Whew. Gosh, I hope iRacing doesn't watch this. That'd be embarrassing. Anyways, Ernie Williams in that 91 on the outside for this restart, but Cody Ober in the 8 making his presence known. And Cody Ober, one of Randy Post's favorite drivers out here. He is on the pole. He is carrying a lot of puzzle pieces on that 8 machine. And I'll tell you what, I think Cody Ober's just going to chat it right on down the front stretch.
Yeah, I definitely think he's going to chat it right down the front stretch.
All right, pace car getting ready to peel off. We wait for the Chad flag to come out. Cody Ober in control of this field, oh so slowly bringing them down through the tri-oval. Rick Seabrans gonna try and get a good run in that outside line and shove the 91 of Ernie Williams. Kelly Milam's gonna try and do the same. Here we go, the Chad flag has come out once again.
Cody Ober on that inside line, Ernie Williams on that outside line. It would not surprise me to see these guys try and make some moves to where they can work together. As you know, they're teammates. But Rick Seabrans running up front all night, really doesn't want to let those guys work together. I think he knows they're teammates and they're really going to try and work together as much as they can. Rick Seabrans looking for his second win on the season this year.
Rick Seabrans shoving the 91 of Ernie Williams as we ride along the roof cam of Seabrans here. Down into turn number 3 they go, right through the middle, as the 8 of Cody Ober gets a good run on the inside.
Cody Ober having that awesome run, but if you see in a couple laps here, I think we'll have Ernie Williams and Rick Seabrans out front for sure on that high side, because they've got the 3 of Robert Payne on right behind them. As soon as they get caught up, as well as the 61 of DJ Mitzel, they will be able to have an awesome run on that outside and be so fast, because these cars love that outside line here, and that inside line looks like they're just walking next to that outside line when they get a good push.
Haven't got to talk a whole lot about it, but in 11th place right now is the 99 machine of Christopher McCullough, and Chris is in the middle of a battle here. He is on the outside line, but he has worked his way up through the field. After starting 22nd, he is now 11th place. We'll be watching this guy, see if he can get all the way to the front and start leading some laps, as we are at not quite the halfway point, but we are in our final stage.
Yeah, and I was just looking at, we've got about 50 some so laps left, and you know, math isn't always my best thing, but about 100 or so laps, or not laps, miles to go. Lots of time for things to happen, lots of racing left. And I think we'll see a lot more lead position changes here in the next 50 laps.
The 43 of Richard Fletcher running an iconic paint scheme known to many NASCAR fans, is that powder blue and Dayglow red 43 STP machine. So he has had a up and down night for himself as well. Richard Fletcher did start 27th. He's currently running 8th. And that machine looking to make some more moves. We might see this guy get inside the top 5 here before the end of this thing.
Yeah, and I just want to say, I don't think it's powder blue. It's definitely petty blue.
Petty blue, that's what I said. You heard powder.
Yes, you're right. I heard wrong. I'm sorry.
You should pull the chat out of your ears and get with it.
Yes, I will definitely do that.
Anyways, up front, the 91 of Ernie Williams, the 4 of Rick Seabrans. Those are your 2 leaders for our 2 lines that we have right now. So it looks like a few drivers are going to start thinking about making it 3 wide, and here comes the 99 of Chris McCullough.
And the 11 of Chase Berry making a run on that outside, making that out, what was the outside line, scoot down a little bit and lose a little bit of momentum.
We ride on board with Chase Berry in this very high groove at Talladega. You see the cars get a little bit tight coming off of turn number 2. Chase going to give a good push to McCullough as they go down the backstretch. That outside lane with a great run. Down into turn number 3 they go.
That outside line holding their line very, very well. Very, very fast with only 3 cars and sucking up 2 more cars as well. So looking to have 5 cars on that outside line. I would not expect to see them fall off anytime soon. It would not surprise me if we run to the next pit 3 wide.
88 of Kenneth McCullough Jr. trying to join this lead group. He is the 3rd car in the outside line. We haven't talked a whole lot about the 88 and the 99 final stage here though, and they're starting to make their presence known.
Yeah, the 61 of DJ Mitchell washed up a little bit, kind of got connected with the 99 of Christopher McCullough, and wasn't anything bad, but just enough to say, hey, I'm here.
Down through 3 and 4 they go. Another driver who is finally making his way to the front, and that is the 3 of Robert Payne. He is the leader of that middle lane as the 61 machine of DJ Mitchell is pushing him. But Rick Seabrans, he's going to lead another lap. That will make his total for today 13 laps led. Ernie Williams has led 16, and Kelly Milam has led 14.
Yeah, Rick Seabrans, I can't talk enough good about him. He came into the league, the Monday Night Series, and won his first race. And last week he was up front most of the night. I think he had a top 5 finish. And then this week again, here he is up front all night long. So he's definitely figured something out, and these guys really need to figure out what he's got figured out, because kind of making him look silly sometimes.
Down through the tri-oval we go, still 3 wide. Aspen Belvin in the 13 machine, he's running that high line. He's a little bit further back from this lead group in that high side. We're going to see if he can catch up to him, as the 4 and the 3 are still leading, coming off of turn 2 and down the backstretch.
Long backstretch here, and long sweeping corners. But it's so fast. You really never have to lift if you're out front, and you just really like to see these guys run this thing because it's so fast. These guys are doing almost 200 miles an hour around this track, about 195 to be exact, out front. And there is really an art to super speedway driving, because sometimes if you're in the back, you're feathering the throttle all the way back to half the throttle, maybe even a quarter throttle, depending on the situation. So there really is an art, and to run 3 wide like this for so many laps, it's exciting to watch.
Jordan Wright in the 95. He started on the front row outside. Now he is stuck in the middle of a 3 wide battle. As you can see, cars all around. As a driver, when you're stuck in the middle here, how much are you holding your breath? Just trying to not make contact with the other cars.
Well, I mean, if you can keep it on that white line, you really got nothing to worry about, because then you give that outside line a lot of room. That inside line still got a lot of room, and everybody's happy really at this track.
Again, they're holding on to that 3 wide racing. So far, everyone has been able to get away with it, and here at Talladega, it's really easy to do. The track is so wide. We're going to go down the backstretch, but when these guys start wiggling around trying to stay in the draft, that's how issues are going to happen. We might see some incidental contact between all that wiggling.
Yeah, but these guys have run so many races together. They know how to handle it, and I think it goes to say something about running with the same group of people every week, that can definitely run better towards the end of the season.
A little bit of housekeeping here to do, as I want to say the 37 machine of Glenn Bundren, he is pulled out of the race. He is behind the wall. He is done. Speaking of the wall, we got 1 car in the wall, and I believe
it was the F15 of Alex Green getting into the wall there.
So Alex Green in trouble. He is losing a lot of ground here. He may not even be able to get in line with this group as he is dropping like a rock.
Wayne Cooper and Stephen Herman riding around in the back by themselves right now. Quite a ways back from that lead pack as they're entering turn 3 right now. And the leaders are coming into the tri-oval, so lots of time in between them and the leaders, which doesn't really, you see that a lot, because if you get separated and you do just a single car pack or a tandem duo, you're not going to be as fast because there's not as much air getting pushed up over the cars in front of you, so it's going to slow you down a little bit more.
They are in danger of going a lap down here, but it's going to take a while for it to happen. But Stephen Herman is already scored 2 laps down. Dwayne Cooper is the last car on the lead lap. It looks like Cooper trying to get his nose out, get some fresh air. These guys working together here. They're going to need a caution to get caught back up to this field.
Yeah, and I'm not counting out another caution, because towards the end, I think people are going to start to shuffle their way to the front and possibly get connected with somebody. We've seen it so many times before, and it's usually chalked up as a racing incident because of how close-knit this racing is.
Alex Green has lost all drafting aspects. He is going to fall all the way back to Dwayne Cooper before he finds help. Meanwhile, up front, we have other drivers who have separated out. Right now, Les Levy leading this in that 62 machine of this second car group, as we have a little bit of an offshoot. We got 2 cars and 3 and then 2. So these guys need to form up, work together, and try and catch back up to the lead pack. As that lead pack right now is made up of Rick Seaburns and the 3 of Robert Payne.
A lot of these guys running up front early on, and now they're in the back, so I don't know if a lot of that is strategy or just an unfortunate events for the night, or night of events for them.
3 wide still as they go into turns 3 and 4. Kelly Milam leading that high side. Robert Payne, the leader of the middle group, and Payne really trying to pinch off Rick Seaburns there as they go through 3 and 4 onto the front stretch and into the tri-oval. Robert Payne getting very, very close to that 4 machine.
Lots of guys are starting to get a little bit squirrely. I think some of these guys haven't taken tires all night, and that's starting to show a little bit, because usually once we've got a hot track, I'm not 100% sure what the temperature is, the tires start to get a little bit loose as I'm trying to find the temperature.
It's 1,000,000 degrees.
It is
Maybe
1,000,000
2.
degrees. It is 107-degree track temp right now, and that really can wipe your tires off. And you don't need tires as often on super speedways, but once you get a hot track like this, we can definitely see some tire fall off, and the car starts to wash out from under you, and it kind of feels like you're water planing a little bit when they wash out from underneath you.
Ooh, as the 3 of Robert Payne gets turned, Rick Seaburns making contact. They all keep it sorted, and somehow Robert Payne led that lap.
Yeah, that was really, really scary, as Robert Payne is going to come up the track and door slam the 95 a little bit. Oh, the 95 gets real out of shape and almost takes it to the inside wall there. Like I was saying earlier, once we get closer to the end of this race, we're going to see people start shuffling a little bit more and a little bit more action.
That was very, very intense sequence of events as Robert Payne made contact with the 4 of Rick Seaburns through the tri-oval. Had to save the car, led the lap, but after that, a whole bunch of cars got by him. And then he made contact with Jordan Wright through turns 1 and 2, but looks like everyone has finally got it sorted, got it settled. And they are working their way as teammates in the 3 of Robert Payne and the 8 of Cody Ober. Those guys part of the DUI DEI wannabes in GOP racing.
Yeah, DUI is a completely different different group there, KR.
What? How many DUIs do you have?
I think there's 5 of us.
You want to know how many DEIs I have?
3.
No, I don't have any DEIs.
Okay, okay. Lead pack is starting to get a little bit spread out, quite spread out actually, as Ernie Williams Jr. was up front for quite a bit of the night. Here he is, back in 11th place, about a second from the leader now, but one person to point out is the 99 of Christopher McCullough. He is in second position right now, kind of driven his way up from the back tonight. I do believe he did not take a time for qualifying.
All right, guys, Randy, why don't you take it away? I need to step away for just a second. You're in charge.
All right. Watching these guys run around the track right now. Kelly Milam running in first position. It looks like oh boy, I'm gonna have to figure this out in just a second. Robert Payne and Scott Bellum coming down pit road this time. I don't think that they're going to be able to make it to the end, so they will need to pit one more time after this. We'll see when everybody else starts to come down. Kelly Milam still leading this race right now on the backstretch. Christopher McCullough and Kenneth McCullough on the outside line by themselves, looking to take that lead from Kelly Milam. Not sure if they're starting to let up to where they can pit as well, but looks like the 7 of Josh Milam, Kelly Milam, there's a whole group of people coming down pit road this time. I'm not going to be able to name them all right this second, but that whole front pack coming down this time, as well as Dwayne Cooper in front of them. Richard Fletcher staying out in front of everybody. Everybody coming down pit road, able to stay. Nothing bad happening on pit road, just going through watching. Wayne Cooper coming off pit road right now. Rick Sebrans on pit road. The 95 of Jordan Wright taking tires. 88 and the 99 beat out Rick Sebrans together, so they'll be able to work together. Ooh, we got the 7 of Josh Milam taking a spin off of pit road. Catching the inside wall, but getting it going again. Everybody getting spread out from this pit stop now. The 99 and the 88 of the McCulloughs are getting up to speed, leading this group out of pit road. Lap 64 of 94, so we've got about 31 laps to go. Nothing happening right now, as we don't see any cautions coming out, as everybody is spread out quite a bit. Rick Sebrans is about 6/10 of behind Kenneth McCullough Jr. right now.
Randy,
all by
real
himself.
quick, want to point out we have a special guest in our broadcast booth. Somebody who's supposed to be out on track, but made a weird excuse, something about power. Everyone give a big shout out to Derek Conley. Derek, how you doing tonight?
Well, I'd be doing a lot better if the internet came on about an hour and a half ago, but at least it's back alive now, and I don't have to worry about it for tomorrow night. And yeah, so how about you all?
Well, I've been working with Randy here tonight, so I'm going to need a shower when I'm done. But outside of that, it's been a great race. Randy's doing a great job. But Derek, you came in the booth and helped me out the other night, so glad to have you here tonight as well.
Yeah, good to be back in here. Like I said, I'd prefer to be out there racing, but if I can't be out there racing, I'd rather be in here with you all.
Well, Randy,
Slacker.
Yeah.
Randy, you're going to work with Derek here now, and you know what? I'll let you guys take it away, and I can click buttons and play cameraman.
All right, we can do that tonight, KR.
I might play with Chad over here if we're going to be honest.
All right, you and Chad have a good night.
Derek, I don't know if you've seen it, but it's been a running joke in YouTube chat. Pretty much just say Chad at any time you want.
Yeah, I've been watching the race. I really haven't had the chat up because anytime somebody would type into the chat on my cell phone signal, it would cause the video to buffer. But yeah.
All right, Chad. Well, let's get this thing going.
Yes, sir.
Are you loaded up, ready to go?
Oh, I'm in there. I'm looking right now at Christopher McCullough being followed by Kenneth McCullough. We got the McCullough brothers, or father and son, or whatever we have coming in through turn 2, leading the race by a good 8.5 seconds in front of Rick Seabrand.
I think Mark Vega is scored in 3rd position right now, and he is 3.7 seconds behind 2nd place. So just about 4 seconds behind the leader right now, as that 2nd pack is getting together and in a straight line.
My ticker might be needing some time to upload. I'm actually scoring Mark Vega in 4th right now.
All right, I've got Cody over 4th, so I'll just run through the top 10 right now. We've got Christopher McCullough in 1st, Kenneth McCullough in 2nd, Mark Vega in 3rd, Cody over 4th, Chase Berry 5th, Jacob Sayers 6th, Travis Elliott 7th, Rick Seabrand's 8th, Jay Mitchell in 9th, and Kelly Milam in 10th. And that's rounding out your top 10 right now. And we did see Josh Milam get into the wall after that pit stop, and he is back in 19th position right now after that issue on off of pit road, I should say.
Yeah, as you're running down the top 10, my ticker did update, and yeah, Josh, he just, I don't know how he did it. He was trying to come off pit road and just ended up crashing himself, which will happen on these old tires. On the tracks like Talladega and regular Daytona, most people won't take tires. They'll just try to do stop and goes for fuel. 07's really, in our league, the only one people take tires, but if you're not careful, they will spin.
Yeah, no, I've noticed that sometimes if I try to shift to a gear, I'm a little bit early on it, and I shift to the wrong gear, and I definitely spin out a couple times.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You get that high RPM rev if you, let's say, go from 2nd to 1st by accident, and that thing will just cut hard one way or the other on you.
Yeah, good thing it didn't cut up the track, because that could have been really ugly and cause a caution and had a lot of people mad at somebody.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Well, guys, meanwhile, Mark Vega in the 68, he's normally race control, but he's running out here tonight. Derek, as a league insider, can you tell us what led to allowing Mark to come out here and race tonight?
To be honest with you, it kind of surprised me whenever I heard in the broadcast he was running. I hadn't seen any traffic on it about him running or anything, but again, I haven't had internet for the past 2 days, so I'm sure my notifications are going to start blowing up from 2 days worth of traffic. But it's good to see Mark out here running. It's a great race that we're trying to do tonight for Autism Speaks, sponsored by Dwayne Cooper tonight, and it's a great cause, and I'm glad to see Mark out here running and having some fun.
Yeah, Dwayne Cooper is sponsoring this race as he has a family member that does have autism, and he wanted to get the word out to raise awareness about autism and what it really is. And really cool of Dwayne to do that for these guys tonight.
So we're coming to 24 to go. How are we doing on pit cycles? Like I said, I'm coming in late. I'm trying to catch up here. I know that the FSR has pitted. How about the McCulloughs and Vega and Cody?
Everybody has at least 8 laps on their equipment, except for Josh Milam has 7 laps on his equipment. And so I would expect them to make at least one more pit stop, as we were counting them at around 20 laps to pit.
Absolutely. With 24 to go, there's definitely going to be one more cycle, hopefully if green flag stops. With the way that the pack is all spread out now, I don't see why we should have to worry about that.
Now, these guys have been running really, really good tonight. We've seen one caution. It was due to just somebody getting a little bit squirrely, and it was a 3-wide situation, but these guys held 3 wide for a really long time tonight and was able to really make it work and have a lot of tight, good racing.
Oh yeah, I've been really entertained. I mean, like I said, I prefer to be out there, but just watching it, I mean, it was a very entertaining race the first 60 or so laps I was able to watch.
Yeah, I definitely wish I could be out there with these guys as well. I love Talladega. Not a big fan of the Xfinity cars, but Talladega has a soft spot in my heart.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's my favorite track. The one track, if I were to be able to go to a race, that would be the track I would schedule every single year to go to.
I think it would be a really, really nice see. I mean, you may not get to see a lot as the track is so big, but it would be really cool to see such good pack racing. I've been to a race at Dover, and it was awesome to see, and I think what Talladega could produce would be even better.
Oh, absolutely. As we see a pretty good battle up here for the lead, between Mark Vega, Christopher McCullough. Cody Ober is actually separated from Vega by Dwayne Cooper, but Chris McCullough's got Kenneth McCullough down behind him, giving him nice shoves coming through the straight stretches. And DJ Mitchell coming in on that bottom line also.
Yeah, Mark Vega now in first place. Gone from race control to the pole tonight. So really good job on that. He's run a really good race. Hasn't gotten caught up in anything.
The yellow flag is out.
As we got a caution.
We do have a caution. We've got a guy spinning out of turn 4. It looks like it's going to be Josh Durham. That 27 machine.
I'm going to go to our MaxSpeedTV replay as Josh Durham running that Taco Bell paint scheme is going to get in trouble here. Figure out exactly what happened as he is in that outside lane here, working with the 95 of Jordan Wright and the 14 of Cody Eldred. Surrounded by some good drivers here. Down the backstretch he goes. That 27 machine into turn number 3. He has moved down to that bottom lane. A big wiggle by him, getting bumped by Kelly Milam. And then Josh Durham just going for a ride in that 27.
Yeah, it looked like he got sandwiched a little bit there and wasn't able to kind of keep the car control because one guy was pushing him from the rear and he had another guy in the front, so he had nowhere to go, and it just kind of pancaked him into that apron, which got him really loose and caused him to spin out.
So under yellow here once again. Looks like a lot of drivers are heading down pit road, and everyone should be able to make their pit stops and make it on fuel the rest of the way from here.
I would fully expect everybody to make it on fuel because we're at 21 laps to go right now. We've still got quite a few laps of pacing to go, so I'd expect to see people take tires and fuel this time so that they have fresh cars. But it looks like the 99 of Christopher McCullough did not take tires. He took gas as well as Mark Vega. It looks like, oh, I might have been wrong. Everybody's taking gas here except for Rick Seabrans is taking tires.
Do you think the gas is being provided by Josh Durham in the Taco Bell car?
Absolutely.
I definitely think it's Chad. It's no-go.
Oh, my bad. No, this is ethanol, not methane. Sorry.
Oh, well, no, I think it's E15. So most of it's.
I think it's Chad. It's no-go.
It's green, whatever it is.
It's Chad. It's the Chad.
It's the Chad.
The Chad. All right, Derek, you can say it. Just say, "Dang it, Chad."
God dang it, Chad.
There you go.
All right. I think he's initiated officially.
There we go. Well, see, we've been trying to get this crazy driver out here called Netcode kicked out of the league, but he always seems to pop up.
I don't like using the N-word.
Yeah, and with that, we're going to go to commercial. We'll be right back.
MaxSpeedTV would like to thank our partners here at MaxSpeedTV, starting with the Colby Eye Paints. If you're in the market for a new paint job for your car, check out Colby's Eye Paints on Facebook. Need a replica paint of your real-life car? Colby's Eye Paints has you covered. Check out Colby Eye Paints on Facebook. Also by Hershey Design. Hershey Design Company is your one-stop graphics shop if you're in need of an iRacing paint, league, team, or business logo, or want the logo on some sweet swag. Hit up Orion at the Hershey Design Company. You can find them on Facebook by searching HERSHY Design Company. Also by the Sim Speed Shop, simspeedshop.com. You can check them out for all your iRacing sim needs. Ohio IndyCar League jumping on board this season with as an official sponsor of MaxSpeedTV. They are also accepting not just patrons from Ohio, but from all over. Also, iBog for all your iRacing broadcast overlay graphics done specifically by Jason Allison, one of the masters at it. So thank you to Jason. And also, last but not least, Guyz. You can check them out at Reverb Nation. That is spelt with a Z. So check them out on Reverb Nation. We would like to thank all of the sponsors at MaxSpeedTV and partners.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we have 18 laps to go here tonight. 18 laps to determine who is going to be our race winner, as Chris McCullough and Mark Vega are going to make up row number 1. Row number 2 for this restart will be Cody Ober and the 61 of DJ Mitzel. So Randy, we've been having a little bit of fun up here in the broadcast booth, but with 18 laps to go, it's time to get serious. Time to pretty much put your cards out, either put up or shut up. As a driver, you're someone who likes to do these super speedways. What is your thought process in a 17-lap shootout?
Well, I know, sometimes people have different personalities when they're racing, and early on in the race, if I'm kind of just feeling it out, I'm easy Randy, but 20 laps to go, I'm definitely Chad.
So do you go full Chad and just chat it right on in there?
No, I don't go full Chad, because I would like to have a car that finishes the race, you know, so I gotta go, like, I don't know, half Chad.
Never go half Chad.
There are some people who say we can't talk about FSR. You know, Derek says it stands for Fuel Sim Racing. Others say it stands for Full Sin. However, now probably should just say freaking chatting.
All right, well, the Chad car has dove off this time, and it looks like Christopher McCullough is going to bring the field to the green flag this time on that inside line with Mark Vega on his outside. Cody Ober in the second row, as well as DJ Mitchell, and the green flag is out. Mark Vega gets a little bit of a jump and takes a lead right away just by a nose, and pushing that outside line is going to be DJ Mitchell, and it looks like other McCullough, which is the Kenneth McCullough in the 88.
I would throw a win to there, but I think Chad's working on my internet right now.
Oh dear, the Chad has gotten a hold of his internet. Derek,
Chad is everywhere tonight.
Oh, just blame Chad.
All right, Christopher McCullough in that inside line, holding it very, very well, not letting anybody by him or near him. Mark Vega really trying to get a run on that outside line to take that first position. How cool do you think it would be, being in this league, Derek, to see Mark Vega win this one tonight?
Oh, I like Vega a lot, and it would be great if he had the win for about 5 seconds, and then we would not hear the end of it for the rest of the season, how he came in one race and won. But no, it'd be really cool if Mark Vega could pull out a win tonight.
I think race control to a race winner would be, I think it's got a nice ring to it. I think it could be like a new Facebook status for him.
Oh yeah, like I said, absolutely. We'd never hear the end of it. He might start writing poetry like Dwayne Cooper does and posting videos. As 46 almost just rear-ended I can't see which car that was. They got into the wall through turn 3 and 4.
Looks like that might be whoever's really slow, if I can find my mouse here.
Ooh, contact in the tri-oval. Richard Fletcher and Robert Payne going around.
No caution is going to come out as they are off the track. But they are going to get it wound up again and take it back out on the track. I don't know how much damage they've got. Looks like just a little bit of front end damage, but they will be able. Ooh, Richard Fletcher's got a bunch of rear end damage. So we should see them possibly try and finish out the race, but they could have to go down pit road with that meatball flag.
Robert Payne in the 3, very slow right now. Richard Fletcher is trying to hurry and hustle that car. He is going to merge up onto the track, but as you said, a lot of damage on that thing. Looks like he will have to hit pit road and hammer that out if he has any hope of getting up to speed.
Yep, Mark Vega has officially taken the inside line, and Kenneth McCullough Jr. has taken the outside line with Christopher McCullough as well.
Kenneth McCullough is coming right underneath the rear end of Christopher McCullough through that turn. If you're really good at bump drafting, you can push through the turns, but it's still a very sketchy move, where especially netcode issues can just kind of pop up and they'll actually end up causing accidents. We've had that happen a few times before.
Yeah, and I find that you can push through the corner with someone you've worked with before. If you don't really know someone, I wouldn't push that issue, but if you've worked with someone a lot before and you have the trust between each other, you get it down to a science, and it can really help you out.
Oh, absolutely.
Speaking of science and push, bump drafting, one of my favorite cars to bump draft in, and it's next to impossible to do, is the DW12 or the Indy cars, any of the Indy cars out here in the super speedways. That is always a fun and hair-raising time.
Yeah, and if we rewind back a little bit to the Randy's Raps series, we did do that a couple times. We ran super speedways with the Indy cars, and I was apparently the only one that knew how to bump draft in those things, so it can be a lot of fun. It can be really scary because you kind of just got to tell the guy in front of you, just let off the wheel and let me drive you.
Well,
Mark
Derek,
Vega, go ahead.
Derek, as a driver in this league, you got 2 wins, but none of them have been on the MaxSpeedTV broadcast. So
I've got 1 win on the broadcast. It was the All-Star race.
No official point scoring wins.
Oh, well, now you got to get all specific.
I do have to get specific, but I'll tell you, what's it going to take for you to pick up a Chad here in this league on the broadcast?
I just got to stay cleaner more throughout the race. I get impatient a lot, especially whenever I start getting shuffled. There's a lot of times where drivers who end up in front of me, they're just kind of riding around, just trying to chill, and I can't do that if I'm halfway through the pack. I need 4 wide. We're getting ready to have a wreck. The 15 to 39 to 62, all across the start finish line.
Is out.
Alex Green in the 15, that puzzle piece machine looking like a wadded up soda can. So we have several other drivers getting a piece of the action. Les Levy in the 62 trying to get that thing straightened out, but the damage so extensive on it, he can't even get on the throttle as the pace car is going to go straight through him.
Lots of good cars got caught up in that one.
We're gonna back this up, go to our MaxSpeedTV replay, figure out where the trouble happened as they're going through the tri-oval here, 3 wide. Alex Green coming down on Jacob Sayers with Levy right below them. Contact happening, bunch of cars going around.
Kelly Milam is in behind all of this just by himself, running his own race. He's probably about a second, maybe a little over a second back. He sees this wreck. He goes shooting down the track to miss everybody, but he could not miss Tristan Walker. After Tristan hits this wall, he shoots straight down in front of Kelly, and they collide hard.
Really unfortunate for a bunch of these drivers that were having really good races. Jacob Sayers hasn't been caught up in anything. Alex Green's caught up with the wall a little bit, but that was just by himself. Les Levy hasn't caught up in anything. Kelly Milam as well. Travis Elliott, Travis Elliott has not been caught up in anything as well. So really unfortunate for some of these drivers to have this issue late on in this race with 10 laps to go.
I'm watching Ernie Williams' evasive moves as this wreck unfolds in front of him. He did a great job just cutting hard left and missing everything as it happens right up on this high side.
Yeah, we were talking to Ernie Williams earlier, and he was so adamant that he was going to win this race, and he needed it for the points. And he sounded to me, if I had to put money on anybody at that very second, I would have said Ernie at how confident he was.
Well, there's still going to be probably about 6 or 5 laps to go. And you know as well as I do, Ernie, right now I've got scored in 11th place, but that doesn't mean anything at this track. You can go from 11th to 1st in a lap and a half if you use the draft correctly.
Yeah, and we've always seen that, especially at the Daytona 500, where guys in 4th or 5th usually end up winning that thing due to the draft and kind of waiting for their chance to strike.
Oh, absolutely. The least favorite position I ever have in these super speedways with 1 or 2 to go is leading, because you have to make that bumper as wide as the track because everybody's trying to get around you. I prefer to be in 2nd, maybe 3rd, get a good run coming through a turn, and never lift and just pass them on one side or the other.
Yeah, and you can usually use the side of the car to slow them down a little bit.
Exactly. You got to get that side draft involved, but it's not difficult, but it is an art to be able to use the air to your advantage.
You have to get as close to the car in front of you as possible without touching them, because you touch them and that's where the arguments come.
Oh yeah. And then you gotta get as close to the side, the corner panel of the car that you're trying to pass as you can to force your air off your nose onto their spoiler and through their wheel wells to make them get that side draft and pull them back.
All right, that's just too much chatology for me tonight.
Sorry. You just gotta see when I race with an open-faced helmet like Senior did. That way I can feel the air.
Well, not only that, but you gotta have the big mustache that has all those hairs that you use as feelers.
I shave once a year, so you should see my beard.
Is that a good thing?
Oh, I work outside, so I shave throughout the summer, let it grow throughout the summer. That way I'm prepared for the winter.
Oh, yes.
That's exactly what I do. I don't use a razor blade. I just kind of take my clippers to my face. Yep. I haven't used a razor blade in years, but about September, October, I start letting everything grow. But come about April, I trim it all off. And, you know, there might be some naysayers to that policy, but I like it. and it's my face.
No, you
That's
don't.
all that matters.
Shut up, Chad.
Got me good.
Well, guys, I do want to point out real quick, we do have 21 cars out on track right now. That does, the last car, 21st, that is scored as Richard Fletcher. Les Levy in the 62, Trishan Walker, they are on pit road getting extensive repairs done. We may not see those guys make it back out on track. But guys who are done for tonight, the 15 of Alex Green, the 3 of Robert Payne, the 00 of Dwayne Cooper, and the 37 of Glenn Bundren, all behind the wall, all packing up and heading home early here tonight. But with 8 laps to go, Chris McCullough, he is out front, and behind him is the 68 of Mark Vega.
Mark Vega, been the kind of the talk of the town tonight so far. As you've said it before, the race control thing, and now he's running up front, so it's crazy to see this. And Christopher McCullough, I don't think he was here last week. If I'm not mistaken, I do not believe him or Kenneth McCullough were here.
No, they weren't here last week. They have done 1 or 2 races so far this season. They are very stout drivers. As you can see, Chris McCullough up front, and Kenneth McCullough in the 88 sitting in 3rd. So they have found a way to get in front of this field, and with 8 laps to go, they might be able to pull off a 1-2 finish. But Mark Vega looks like he wants to upset their plans, and the 11 of Chase Berry, man, you can't count that guy out. He's won multiple stages here in this league. He just needs to pick up that first race win.
Yeah, I think tonight's going to produce another new winner here tonight. What do you think?
Anything is possible with these guys. As week in, week out, we see a new winner. Derek Conley is the only one that has 2 wins on the season. Outside of that, everyone else has just got a single win. And Derek just can't seem to win while it's broadcasted here on MaxSpeedTV.
It's a pressure thing. It's got to be. That's what it is. It's just got to be pressure. Y'all are looking at me. You're talking about me, and yeah.
Well, I think we're going to need to put the pressure on tomorrow night then, huh?
No, tomorrow night I can see a 1, 2, 3, 4 finish for FSR.
You keep telling yourself that.
Oh, we'll see. We'll see.
Well, the lights have gone out on the pace car. Field's starting to form up. The 88 and the 99 look like they're going to be working together here on this inside line. Now keep in mind, we have got to hit at least to 4 to go. And then if the caution flag flies, that will set the field. So that kind of has to be in the back of your mind of a driver that you want to be up front, at least from lap 4 on to the end of this thing, because you never know when that caution is going to come out.
You got to put yourself in a good position, not necessarily in first, but you do have to be in the top area. You're going to start to see and hear race chatter when things are starting to get racy. At that point, it's time to make your move. Now, if the field was spread out, if we went through another series of green flag stops, it wouldn't have been such big of a deal. But the fact that we're all bunched up here, you got to make your move.
Yeah, these guys should be coming to green with 6 laps to go. And they're going to have about 1 lap until they know that the next flag will end the race. So I'd expect to see a lot of moves being made on that 1 lap just to try and position themselves if the caution does come out.
Oh, absolutely. We're going to definitely see, as soon as we cross the start finish line, we're going to see 3 wide, possibly 4 wide, real soon.
Well, what do you think you get with your guys and tell them, let's see some floor ride racing for the end of this race?
Oh, I've already told them whenever Chad finally put my internet back on after the last time I dropped off to send it. So,
you know what? Why do we limit ourselves to 4 wide? Why don't we make it Chad wide racing and just go on into full Chad mode?
You know, I think you could trademark that. Chad wide racing. That'd be a good race team. As the pace car is diving off, Christopher McCullough is bringing them to the green flag, leading them with Mark Vega on his outside. But Kenneth McCullough is on the inside right behind Christopher McCullough, and that pair has been great all night tonight. So it would not surprise me to see them dive out front quite a bit and lead this thing to the end, as the 88 of Kenneth McCullough gives the 99 quite a shot to get him going and kind of gets him out there a little bit of a jump. But Mark Vega is coming with a full head of steam, with Chase Berry and Cody Ober pushing him. DJ Mitchell kind of in between on the inside line between Kenneth McCullough and Jordan Wright right now. Still able to pull up to the 88 and drag in the 95 as well right now down the backstretch. As we see, we do have a car going 3 wide, and as he passes, I will see who it is, and I don't.
That is Kelly Milam taking it 3 wide on top of Josh Durham and Jacob Sayers. He's getting ready to fall back in the line and between Jacob Sayers and Travis Elliott. Yeah, he finally did squeeze it in there, as it looks like, okay, now we are 3 wide again as he goes below Jacob Sayers. So he's battling out right now for whatever position that is for.
Let's see. It looks like it's going to be for 17th and 16th, if I am not mistaken.
A point is a point.
Point is a point.
Down on the inside, the 99 and the 88, they're working together, and we're at 5 to go. This is when you no longer let your car breathe any air. You get to that back bumper, and you just hope it doesn't blow until after you cross that start-finish line with the Chad flag out.
We're getting some 3 wide racing right now as Cody Over gets shuffled to the outside. Rick Seabrands and Scott Bellum going underneath him. So Cody's going to get stuck on that outside. He's going to drop back until he's able to fall back in line.
We do have 2 distinct packs right now, and I'm thinking that the second pack is really hoping that the whole field gets wrecked out, because that would be really good for them. That's Josh Durham. The wrong series I'm thinking about. Going to be Josh Durham, Travis Elliott, Stephen Herman, Kelly Milam, and Jacob Sayers right now.
We saw the 27 and the 71 battle back after being caught up in accidents. Here they are inside the top 15 and 16th spot, battling for that position. So no quit from those guys, and it has paid off for Stephen Herman, because at one point he was 2 laps down.
And that's what we were talking about earlier. This race can produce a lot of opportunities to get back to the front. You know, Alex Green had a couple issues right away, but he was back up there within a couple laps and running very, very well.
We're getting some tight 3 wide racing right now as Jordan Wright is really trying to squeeze his way to the front, and Ernie Williams Jr. and Cody Ober are trying to follow suit as Vega comes down and throws a block.
Yeah, Mark Vega was definitely, throwing a hard block there, and Jordan Wright got real close to that inside line, almost connected with him. But now we're coming through turn 3 and 4 with 3 to go. I'd expect to see some tighter 3 wide racing. Everybody's going to start drafting off the side of each other here soon, I bet.
Oh,
yeah,
absolutely.
I definitely noticed through 3 and 4 that the high side is actually in that middle white painted lane, whereas before everyone on the high side was running right along the wall. So everyone trying to get as close as they can, run as fast as possible, as we got 2 laps to go. But down on the inside, the 99 and the 88, those two still working together, and a big shove coming from the 88, but that middle lane has got a good run down the backstretch.
That high line still is right there with the leaders, and only have 3 cars together able to keep up with Mark Vega and Kenneth McCullough Jr., as well as Christopher McCullough. Mark Vega really close to connecting with Christopher McCullough.
Going
there.
around goes the 91 of Ernie Williams. Contact through the tri-oval. Jordan Wright caught around. This is going to end the race. We're going to wait for race control as the 88 blows up after the yellow comes out.
I don't know if it's going to end the race. Did they catch the yellow before the white flag?
That is going to be the race. The question is, who was in front, and can the 88 get his spot back, because he blew up as he as the yellow came out?
I don't know, because right now I'm scoring. Oh man, my timing screen is all messed up right now.
All right,
I
we're
do
going to go
not
to
know.
our MaxSpeedTV replay, let you reset that. But Ernie Williams in the 91 going around here was looking for his first race win. Was in position to do it, but going through the tri-oval got into trouble here. We're going to watch our replay. We're going to get one shot at this. We see some contact, some smoke. A lot of cars going around. Aspen Belvin in the 13 caught up in it. And then as the checkered, or I should say the yellow flag came out, we saw the cars blow up.
So according to my iRacing timing screen, I have Christopher McCullough, Mark Vega, Kenneth McCullough, Chase Berry, Rick Seabrans, David Wright, Ernie Williams, Cody Eldred, Aspen Belvin, and Travis Elliott for the top 10. And obviously my my other timing screen is not on that, so we will see what it says as we cross the line here for the finish.
The 88 of Kenneth McCullough did have to take an exit out because he blew his engine. He was unable to get back up to speed. And we do have cars crossing the start-finish line. They did have to wait up and get in order so as not to receive a black flag. But our race winner is Chris McCullough. Mark Vega second. And third place isn't being scored on my screen.
Yeah, I'm showing on iRacing that it is going with Kenneth McCullough. I am not seeing him anywhere on the timing screen. Oh, yeah, I'm seeing him on the timing screen, but he scored 20th. So what a finish. I mean, it's so close of a finish that iRacing can't figure it out.
All right, guys, we're going to set up our post-race show. We'll be right back and bring you our interviews right after this. Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to our post-race show, as we have had not only a wild finish out here, but we also have a wild post-race show as we scrambled to try and get our race winner into the broadcast booth before they left, but unable to do so. Our second place finisher with no microphone. So, Randy, it's just you and me for the post-race. let's talk about the race that we saw out here tonight.
Bart, I saw lots of awesome racing. I saw a lot of really good 3-wide racing, even some 4-wide racing as we saw. I saw a couple people possibly make a last-second decisions that may have caused a caution, but that's going to happen at super speedway racing. It's inevitable. It's always going to happen.
A lot of crashing out here in the final stage, but you know, it was the final stage. A lot of drivers trying to go for it, starting to feel the pressure. And with just 1 or 2 races left here in the regular season, the pressure is mounting as we have yet another first-time winner this season, as Christopher McCullough does cross the line in first.
Yeah, and that was such a close finish, weird finish that the internet couldn't figure out who won it.
It was an absolutely topsy-turvy situation. So a wild finish, a wild night here at Talladega. All that's left is our results, and your race winner is going to be the 99 of Chris McCullough. Second going to Mark Vega, stepping out of the race control booth and showing these guys how to get it done. In fourth place, it looks like it's saying Chase Berry, but a little bit of a scoring issue. So we will have to deal with that after the end of this. These are our unofficial results. Rick Sebrin's in fifth. Sixth place going to David Wright. Seventh will be Ernie Williams. Eighth, Cody Eldred. Ninth, Aspen Belvin. And 10th, Travis Elliott. 11th place will be DJ Mitzel. Lynn McNeese in 12th. 13th will be Cody Ober. 14th, Josh Durham. 15th, Scott Bellum. And Squirmin' Herman will end up in 17th. Randy, how about you take this crazy counting away from here?
All right, 18th is going to be Kelly Milam. 19th, Jacob Sayers. 20th is going to be Josh Milam. 21st, Richard Fletcher. 22nd, Les Levy. 23rd is going to be Alex Green. 24th, Tristan Walker. 25th, Robert Payne. 26th, Dwayne Cooper. And 27th, Glenn Bundren. That is going to round out tonight's field.
All right, guys. Well, that is it for tonight. Make sure you tune in next week at 8 o'clock right here on MaxSpeedTV as we will tackle another Super Speedway Series with the OP Racing Superspeedway Series. Randy, thank you very much for joining me as always. And guys, that'll do it for us here on MaxSpeedTV. Hope you had fun and have a good night, and we will see you all next time.